Hello everyone, Sheek here with another Transformers review, and today I'll be reviewing the Transformers Legacy Evolution Metalhawk. And here is a QR code if you'd like to take a quick look at his tech specs. Lovely artwork on the side. On the back, Evo Fusion transforms in 18 steps. He was the leader of the Autobots in the Super God Master Force, so let's go ahead and get him opened up. Here we have Metalhawk out of his packaging, and he looks really cool. Although I do have a few minor quibbles, but I'll get to those in a moment after we take a look at him. As you can see, he does come with two guns that are mirror images of each other that clip together to form, well, the Evo Fusion gun. And they're just done in a light gray plastic, and you just pull them apart. And then you have two separate guns that are reminiscent of Laserbeak's guns, I think. Although they are accurate to the G1 toy, I did look. Although I would like to have the G1 toy, although the G1 toy does look really goofy in the jet mode. It looks really, really goofy. The sword is also very reminiscent. I just wish they could have either done them in chrome or a silver paint on them, so they're just not simple gray. If I get a hold, I do have some primer, so I might decide to just prime it and then paint it in silver. I might do that, but we'll see. If I'm not going to use those chrome pens, the chrome does look pretty bad if you touch it at all, so not doing that. And enough about that. Let's get on to Metalhawk. His head is silver and light blue eyes. Or the pearl white, I'd say, is his face. And then his head is supposed to be like a golden yellow. I know it looks more mustard, which I will admit I do have a little bit of frustration with. But then again, given the problems with actual golden plastic, I think it's better in the long run because then it's not going to be as brittle, hopefully. And then the colors, like the color scheme, like the way everything does match up very well with the G1 character. I think the only thing that's a little bit off is perhaps the positioning of the wings just a little bit. And then the shoulders are, of course, as people have pointed out, very reminiscent of Cyclonus, which is a very good mold, by the way. But I think it would have been better if they made it a little more square rather than rounded. And then, of course, I think the back of this could have been done a little bit differently, so it's not so much obviously Cyclonus. And if you look closely at the wings, they still have the hinge. It's actually two pieces, like when you'd flip it around for Cyclonus, but they glued it in. So instead of making a whole new wing mold, they did change it. I think the only thing they changed was this part that goes into here. So that's why it still definitely gives off those Cyclonus vibes. I understand that they're trying to save money, but it is a little annoying, but I can live with it, considering that he's the only pretender that they seem to have actually, well, cared about. But again, considering he's the leader of the pretenders on the Autobot side, I guess it makes sense that they would do him properly, because the other ones, it's like it's a cross between their pretender shell and their internal vehicle mode. It's very annoying. And also they have one as a core and then one as a deluxe. It's anyone wanting a complete set that they can have displayed together is just, it's not going to work out very well, in my opinion. Anyway, articulation, the head is on a ball joint. You can look up and down a little bit. Into a full 360. Does have a little bit of wibbly wobbly, but not a whole lot. And the arms will go out that far. Go around, bicep rotation, 90-degree bend at the elbow. There is a little bit of kibble right there on the forearm, but it's not too bad. And you do get wrist rotation, although it is pretty stiff. Hip rotation, full splits, thigh rotation, over 90-degree bend at the knee. Now it's a little less if you're trying to not make it look a little weird like that, but. And then you get ankle tiltage. You can, get, wow, a lot of ankle tiltage. But, yeah, it's pretty cool that you can pretty much make his foot come all the way off, but not really. And let's go ahead and get him transformed. So first things first, let's go ahead and flip in his hands. Open up his chest and back. Come on. Get his arms up so I can actually get a good grip on it. There we are. Okay, now you got this open, just like Cyclonus, except it's a little less convoluted on this part. You just open this up, and of course there's a cockpit right there, so it's further forward. Close this back up, and then I guess we can go ahead and do the legs. Just open up, flip in the feet, close up, open up, flip in, close up, and there are engines on the back and blast effect points where you can give him a jet boost or make it look like, you know, actual jet engines. I will admit that does look a little bit goofy in my opinion. Let's see, come on. And collapse the legs in and in. Take this around, close in, and then tab in, and then get that tab in, and now we have him in his jet mode, and it does look pretty good. I think the only part that throws me off just a little bit is the back part right here, because it's so reminiscent of the Cyclonus, but he does look cool. Only thing I don't like is that there's no landing gear of any kind on the front, but whatever, it's not the end of the world. And for weapon storage, you can store these on the side. As you can see, there are slots for them. Just wiggle that on, and it acts as a tail fin, actually, if you want to think about it, because, I mean, I guess you'd have double vertical ones as well, but it does look more like a standard airplane. But also, this is relatively toy accurate, although the difference is that his arms stuck way up on here, like blocky things up here, and same with a little bit the legs in the back. And then the sword, you can just tab it in like that, or if you want to, you can also plug it into this hole right there. But when you have the two tabs and that's smaller, it's like, why not just do that if you're even going to have it on him in his vehicle mode. So overall, I'd say he's a pretty good representation of Metalhawk. That isn't just an exclusively a recolor with a new head sculpt of another figure. So definitely a slight remold of Cyclonus, but there's still just enough there to make it a little annoying, but not enough to be like, yeah, I don't like this guy at all. Definitely really cool. If you like the character Metalhawk, I highly recommend this figure, considering he's there's not very many out there. It's either the original Metalhawk, which is very expensive and hard to find, or I think there was like maybe one third-party one that was done a while back, but I've never really seen much about being able to actually get one. So this is pretty much your only option if you want a reasonably priced Metalhawk. And if you like this review and you'd like to see more, please click that like and subscribe button to see more. And until next time, have a good one, everyone.